Well, the black hasn't gone in, but this time missing a black off the spot won't be costly. Showed a lot of character there, did Ali Carter. He's back to 3 frames behind, trailing 9-6.
Well, John's right. That's been the hallmark of his championship, showing lots and lots of character. There's been a few observations as we've been sitting here chatting, watching that frame, particularly about pace and the pace at which Ali's playing, Steve.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's just me. We were chatting, and it sort of seemed to be a general consensus of opinion that we hadn't really noticed that it seems as if Ali's perhaps playing fractionally slower than he would normally, perhaps when he's amongst the balls most of the time. But it may be just a perception of the fact that he's struggling because he's got lots of difficult shots to play. But he's not flowing out there, and perhaps he's just trying that fraction too hard. Very easy to sit here and say that because there's many times your head gets scrambled, and John, you know full well it's like the shot times can change, can't they?
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, I agree entirely with Steve. I think it's one of those. It's great to play the match play, good to play the safety, great to, you've got to put a lot of concentration in. But Ali Carter's a very fluent scorer. When that chance comes and he's in the balls, he's got to play more of his natural game at his natural pace.
All right. Well, to back it up, we've been looking at some of the results of the timings of each shot. 27 seconds average shot time in this match, in this final for Ali Carter. Average in the championship 25 seconds. Ronnie 21 in this match. 18 average throughout the championship.
Yeah, I mean, and I haven't seen enough of Ali Carter play recently. He should do, but to know exactly what his shot time would be during the whole season. And he's had some tough matches to play, so that might add to it. But that's fairly slow for a player who's supposed to be in form. So perhaps he's just trying a fraction too hard. If he can get free of a few of the shackles and all of a sudden knock a few more balls in, get his shot time a bit down and actually get flowing a bit more, it might help him. But of course he's in a bit of a hole, so it's a problem.
And he's hanging on in there. You've got to salute him for that.
Yes.
3 frames down now.
3 frames down, 2 to go this evening. The best possible result is obviously 9-8. Can we see that happening? The way he played the last game, yes. The way he's played the rest of the evening, no. I think he'd be pretty pleased to win at least one of them. Because if that's your bad session and you can come out 10-7, that's not as bad as it could have been.
Well, Ronnie thinks he can find a gap here between the green and blue. Not much of one, is there? No. We'd be glad that he could get that gap. Just not finding that ball cushion again there, Alec. Just makes it that much easier for Ronnie to play a better safety, and there's a nice target behind the green here. And just alongside of the green, and a kiss on the green to stop the cue ball going tight against the cushion. I'm going to look there to see if there's a possibility here. Would you believe it? A 5-ball plant. Obviously didn't think it was on. Oh, a little bump on the middle pocket is handy, I'll tell you. But for the bump on the middle pocket, that wouldn't have been a snooker.
Just trying to rest on the 3 reds below the pink. One thing that Ronnie's had today on this table is the pace. His pace has been superb.
Yeah, that was beautifully judged, wasn't it? Because the pace he got out of that, he had to play the swerve to get to the cushion, and it was at the side he put on it that created the speed to get down to the reds. That was excellent.
unless Ali gets the long rest out. This safety shot's not straightforward. We'll just play a little tap into them. Ronnie might get the spider out here, John, just to get enough height on it, and then play with a lot of side, come inside the blue. Well, he can do it without that. He'll be trying to get in behind the yellow here. Tight on the cushion. Maybe a little fraction hard, is it? No, it's okay.
Yeah, maybe he just caught the red a fraction thicker than he would have liked. But of course he had to avoid the red on the right hand side cushion. There's a pot on here, but is there a gap to get the cue ball back to baulk? He thinks not. He's playing safe off this red. Got to catch it just right though. And he did. Good shot. Dreaded kiss on the brown. Now there's a big target there, isn't there? Green and brown, that's what Ronnie will be thinking, can I get behind them? Not quite the line, so now he'll be looking for tight against the cushion and not quite achieved that. So maybe a chance for Ali to get control of this safety exchange. Is it in or is it over? It's in.
Ronnie had actually left his seat, John, as it has stayed right on the edge. He got out of his seat, took one pace, and it went in.
Yep.
Ali Carter 1.
Yeah, it's a bit like when you see at golf when a ball hangs on the lip. Was there 1, 2, 3? When did they replace it? Was it 5?
No, I think it's until the player gets to the table. Okay. So there's a lot more time, because obviously the player has to get to the table. If he doesn't drop him before he gets there, I think it has to be replaced. But once he's at the table, it would have to be replaced. The fact that he only just left his seat, it was okay. But he's missed this escape. Is there a plan to into the corner?
I think there may be a gap for a red.
Well, we'll show you in a second. Is there a gap there? I think there is, John. Well spotted. You haven't lost the commentator's eye.
1.
We say it's all about fractions. This has all come about seconds, really, isn't it? When that red stayed there in the jaws, but just dropped. If it hadn't have done, of course, this could have been Ronnie at the table now. A little scratch of the head there from Ali.
7.
Does that mean he's not come? Well, it does. He's not screwed back far enough. Amazing.
Well, it's a schoolboy error, John, isn't it? It was perfect on the pink. I mean, he'd got a foot he could screw back in. Because he was so frustrated, he hasn't really played
Ali
well.
Carter 7.
He played behind the green, not to kiss the green. But the shot on the pink, he had another foot he could have played in.